How y'all doing How y'all doing this evening? Cool. So elections are coming up this Tuesday, and she said, kind of make it geared towards that. So tonight I'm going to share a few poems with you guys, kind of addressing some things we go through here in America. This first piece, if you haven't noticed, I'm Filipino. I'm Filipino American, so there's that dichotomy of your ethnicity versus your nationality. So this is a poem I wrote addressing that. It's called Homeless.
Woo.
By the way, give it up for your DJ. I haven't heard anybody give it up for your DJ. This DJ is a dope DJ. Give it up for your DJ. Your best live.
Thank you. Give him a tissue. Do it.
I went to a bar with my friends one night. And I was poured 2 pitchers of beer in less than an hour, so I poured 2 pitchers of beer in less than an hour down the hatch. A blue moon had been out that night. You see, when I left that bar, I was plastered harder than dried plaster than I trotted onto the streets of my beloved downtown San Diego, a homeless man. Found solace on the sidewalk. And as I looked at him through my beer goggles, he lay there in peace until my loquacious self passed by. I then reached into my pocket of drunken kindness and pulled out $1 wrinkled in time. I tucked it into my hands, the impression of that paper slave master concaved in my palms. I shook his hand. I started to wonder, where is home? They said that home is not where you live, but where they understand you. So who might they be that understand me? And where might they be that understand me? You see, over the ocean lives my mother Earth, my motherland, my mother whose pure lineage is contaminated with the seed of Spanish and nurtured with the green thumb of the United States. After being bent over for 333 years, Spain opened an invitation to the United States like, hey, you want to come tap this? You see, my mother was passed from European pimp to American pimp. My mother was raped for $20 million, an overseas acquisition from an overseas excursion. I swear to you one day, Mom. One day, I would lay my head on your Pacific-kissed belly and sleep underneath the 3 stars in your sky. And wake up to the 8 rays of your sun, blanketing my face so as to suppress me from going back to your former pimp. And to tell you, sorry. Sorry for not visiting you enough, Mom. Sorry for not coming back so soon. Sorry for the neglect that I have to you because I don't know how to save up my own money to catch a plane ride home. But first things first, what's your real name? What was your name before the Spanish assigned you an alias derived from King Philip of Spain to be the moniker that history books list you under? These things I want to know because I want to get to know you, Ma. I long to hear you whisper in my Filipino-American ear of your long-lived, bewildered history. Paint your love in Alibata across willing canvas that is my heart. Because even though my blood is enriched with 100% of your royalty, socially I'm still a half-breed to you. So what's become of you lately, Ma? Why is it that being the color of the very earth from which you were born, something to be ashamed of? Why did you let the Spanish dictate to you that you were nothing unless light reflected off your skin? Why, oh why, Ma? Is it that if I go back, I'd be held to buy something made from the very hands of the very children our very heroes died for making nothing of themselves but 2 cents a shirt because you were a Filipino worth more damn pride that has come to a higher authority than that which is given your liberty to live free from tyranny? To hell with this Filipino businessman and to hell with this Filipino congressman who use our own to gain everything they own. They disguise ourselves in our beautiful brown skin. They're one of the same as those colonizers. Jose resolved that his life to rid from your body. Then it became American proposition for independence. That was their subconscious urge to colonize you. It was that fast buck where sovereign independence was postponed 50-some-odd years from when America took over your Pacific naval. But forgive me, Ma, I get it. You're getting old. And you're barely hanging on, and Alzheimer's is kicking in, and I want to take you to a nursing home, but it seems like you've already got stay-at-home nurses. They inject their American-style democratic Botox in you, making you look better on the outside. But what about what is within? I watch them trying to keep you together by tearing you apart, and your heartbeat is so faint, I can't hear it. I can't feel it. I can't see it. I can't recognize it until the day I laid my head on your Pacific-kissed breast and listened. So that night, I was in my beloved downtown San Diego with 2 pitchers of beer in my tab and 2 pitchers of beer in my belly, a homeless man. Found solace on the sidewalk. And as I looked at him through my beer goggles, he lay there in peace until my drunk self passed by. And after I'd given him that $1, I walked away realizing that I am the homeless one. This next piece I want to address. It's a very, very personal piece for me. Bullying is a big thing in America, and sometimes some people outgrow it, and some people just fight it. But sometimes it's one of those things that not too many people talk about, and it is very much sadly, it is a part of the American society sometimes, because how we bully other people or other countries. Sometimes we, as Americans, kind of do that, as individuals do that to other people. So this addresses that. So there we go. I knew this one kid better than I knew myself, named Sean. Every week, kids complained about things he did, like making weird noises during class and showing off the cut on his finger like a brand new toy. Sean did this, Sean did that. Sean was a class troublemaker. But this was the same kid his classmates used as target practice. I never knew stick and stone words could be so ballistic. And I'd watch him go home every day with a stampede of tears, running out of track space because of the different kinds of ammo they use. You see, cartoons characterize bullies as miniature versions of Terminators, tall, bulky, and lacking emotion, but in reality, friends made the best bullies. A fifth grader should never have to feel so hated in the safety of a classroom, but I remember the night he stood in front of his dad's gun locker as if they were the gates of heaven, beckoning them to open, and when he found the key, he pulled out a revolver and one bullet and nestled the barrel onto his temple as if he were laying the baby Jesus in the manger salvation. It smelled like gunpowder, and he had 1 in 6 chances there was a savior in that chamber. As he sat there, wondering if he could stop feeling sorry for himself, faster than a .45 caliber bullet, the gun began to whisper in his ear, "If you can open a car door with one finger, you can pull a trigger. So what are you waiting for, Sean? What are you waiting for, Sean? What are you waiting for?" And when he fucking pulled the trigger, the last thing to go through his head was, what if there was a bullet in that chamber? What if there was a bullet in that chamber? What if there was a bullet in that chamber? I would not be standing in front of you right now. Sean is a nickname I gave myself because in 5th grade, I wanted to be someone else. I'm not schizophrenic, but writing this poem was like playing with a Ouija board, and I found Sean still sitting in the corner, pulling the trigger, spelling out, "I want to die" with each click, 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 and the stench of his legacy still lingers on days I ask myself, what am I living for? My doubt cracks on my conscience as my temples throb as if they're preventing exit wounds from popping out, and I just can't spring out of this funk. So maybe I still do have overweight demons inside, needing to be exercised and more issues than Time magazine. But there is something more beautiful, more rewarding about that struggle to be myself than anything else. There is no yellow brick road in life, but I have the brain, the heart, and the courage of a poet as my compass, and no tornado will stop me from finding the true north I'm supposed to become. You see, I never chose to be here, but because I survived my childhood, I now choose to be here. Thank you.